Hi, welcome to From North to East. Very new channel, and this is my first video in the series of a long series of videos as it is planned anyway, which is going to be a series of videos of how it is to live in Thailand and how it is to move from Northern Europe to Thailand. Hence the name From North to East. From Northern Europe to Asia, and now it is from Northern Thailand to the eastern part of Thailand. But to understand who I am and to understand what my background is and what I want with this channel, then I want to make a short presentation on this video. I've been living out here now for 17 years. 17 years ago, I came as a backpacker to northern Thailand, and I fell so much in love with this place that I just decided to stay. In those 17 years, I've met a lot of different people, and a lot of them has also been at the same as I, falling in love with the country. But a lot of people, while they can put a finger on it and say, oh, I love it because of the food, or I love it because of the people, or I love it because of the nature, or I love it because of the climate, and all those things actually is true also as far as I go, then I can say that for a lot of other places in the world. So why do I specifically ended up loving northern Thailand? That's a question that I want to seek out and answer and take you along when I'm doing it. But I've also spent a lot of time trying to understand the culture. I studied Thai at the Thai University, and I am, although not an expert in Thai, I do speak it fluently. I also do read Thai. I spent some time as a volunteer by the tourist police as a translator, and later on I also took a year and a half as a translator for the Royal Thai Police. And all of that was not just to give a little bit back of all the good things that I have had here in Thailand, but it was also because of curiosity. I wanted to dig deeper into the Thai culture and try to understand more about who they are and how to get integrated. So this video is, of this series of videos, it is not me telling you what is right and what is wrong, and it's not even to give you an exact conclusion too much, but it is to give you a perspective on it, my perspective to be more specific. It is to share with you some of the challenges it is by being a foreigner in a foreign country, and what it means, at least to me, to be integrated or to try to get integrated, or to which degree I find it healthy to give that a shot. Because I've concluded that, for instance, 100% integration is never going to happen, but that's coming up in different videos in the future, why that is. And so this video is started out because it's about a month ago, 2 months ago maybe it was, my wife, I've been married for 14 years with this lovely lady from the eastern Thailand. She decided on her own initiative to mature a piece of land on her family land. And that came a little bit of a shock, because though we have been together for 14 years and it was the plan that we were going to move to eastern Thailand eventually, then the deal was we were going to move when I get old. And being 52 years old, I do not consider myself old at all. But she matured the land, and I realized, yeah, we have been spending a lot of money in the past 14 years just paying rent. And that is just money down in the hole. And she's just got no children. We don't have children together. And she obviously is very closely connected with her family as the only relative she has, a bloodline anyway. And obviously she cannot wait for another 10, 15, 20 years for me to decide that now it's time for me to retire in eastern Thailand, if she also wants time with her father, with her mother, and with her brothers and their children and so on. So because of that, and because of the fact that after especially the COVID period of time when everything got a little bit out of hand, if you ask me, I feel more interested in getting a little bit more isolated, and the eastern Thailand is a little bit more isolated compared to, for instance, living in the city of Chiang Mai. So this channel is starting right at the moment where I'm now entering a new milestone in my life, you could say. Something that I've dreaded about, actually, because I've considered it like an end stage. It's like I've been living as a semi-nomad my whole life. I've been living in 4 different countries. I've been living in, I think I've had more than 30 postal addresses at the beginning. But that is what is happening. We are actually deciding now, within the foreseeable future, to move to eastern Thailand. And so right now I'm standing at that very piece of land that we are going to build a house. So this piece of land here has now been matured for us to live on. And so within a foreseeable future, I'll probably be posting more pictures of this place and how it evolves and how we're going to develop this place. I hope you will find that interesting, and I hope that maybe you can take something away from it, because for 15 years, approximately 15 years, I have been so much burning to make a book about Thailand, about the diversity here and about the nature, about the people, and how this huge country, which is about 2,500 kilometers long from the northern part of Masai in north by Myanmar and all the way down to Hat Yai in south, how different it is. And so many people, they just travel straight down to be that Bangkok or Phuket or Koh Samui or Pattaya, and believe that now, because they've done that maybe twice on a 1 week or 2 week holiday, they know everything there is to know about Thailand. I feel so frustrated when I hear that, because that's got very little, I wouldn't say nothing to do with Thailand, but they've got very little to do with Thailand, because that's tourist destination. It is places that are focused on accommodating all the needs the tourist has, and people that goes to those places, they do not go so much to see the Thai culture as they go to get away from the everyday life, but still not escaping it 100%. They still need their pizzas, they still need their KFC, they still need their McDonald's. Now, where I am, we don't have any of that. We live totally differently here out in Isan. So I really for like 10-15 years wanted to make a book about that. This is not going to be a book. Instead, it's going to be a YouTube channel where you have the possibility of giving feedback with comments on the things that I bring along, and you are most welcome to do so. So if you're interested in anything like that, if you find it interesting to learn more about Thailand outside of the touristed area from a personal perspective, then hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And I'll promise you, I'll follow up with a lot of exciting content. But until next time, get out there and explore.